A body covered in a sheet, another in a makeshift coffin. There are flowers, but no names. No one seems to notice anymore. To survive, the living are told to forget the past, forget the dead, but that, of course, is impossible. Juan Merto tries to stay busy. His child is missing. He still doesn't use the word dead. Juan's father lays in their shack, his back injured in the storm. This family has suffered more than anyone ever should.
How high was the water? The water was as tall as that tree.
Janitus Merto's 2 children slipped from her grasp and drowned. I did all that I could, she says, but I let them go. What can you say in the face of such sadness? Juvelin Tanyega is trying to keep busy. She's collected old dishes and is cleaning them up. We first met Juvelin on Tuesday. She showed us the bodies of 3 of her children. She'd placed them in a piece of luggage under a sheet. She was searching for her 3 other children.
Has anyone come to help you?
I really want to see them, she says, even if it's just their bodies. 2 days later, and she still hasn't found her 3 other children.
Has there been any help since we saw you?
None, she says. My children are decomposing.
They're still there.
No help, no local government officials, no city officials, says Juvelin's father. Nobody is showing themselves. His injured son Jericho sits silently listening. Jericho's mother is dead, so is his aunt and 9 of his cousins. In a daze, he asks me, when is my mother coming back? He never ever says she's missing. He still thinks she will come back. We didn't know there was a tsunami, he says. We thought it was just a storm.
You didn't know that there would be this storm surge of water.
We've been through so many storms, he says. There have been many times before our house gets destroyed and we just hide behind a tree. But there's no water, it's just wind. It's the water that killed us.
If somebody had told you it would be like a tsunami, you would have left?
Oh yes, he says. We would have left right away. Jericho wants to leave now on a C-130, the kind of plane he sees every day overhead flying evacuees to Manila. His father tells him they have to stay. They have no money, just each other. That's all that's left.
It's been almost a week since the typhoon hit, and the initial adrenaline of the storm and its aftermath is faded, and just the grim reality of what life is now has taken its place. People are trying to kind of rebuild is too strong a word, just trying to survive as best they can. People have hung up some washing on a shack that they put together out of scraps of corrugated tin that they've been able to salvage. You see women doing washing of plates and clothing, whatever they can find that they used to own that's been spread out through all this area. You see people all the time now just walking around trying to find their possessions, just trying to find family photographs and plates and all the little things that make up a person's life.
Survival is still a struggle, for some more than most. 2 days ago we met Dick Esperas, sharing some rice with his neighbors. He desperately wanted to call his mother in Manila to let her know he was alive, though his wife and 2 of his 3 children were not. We dialed her number for him on our satellite phone. They're all gone. They're gone, he says. They're all gone. We're the only ones who survived. Just the 2 of us survived, he says. I don't know why this happened to me. We found Dick Asparas again today.
How are you?
His grief is still overwhelming. He can't stop thinking about seeing his family drown in the storm. The first one that I saw was my youngest, he says. She fainted and then she drowned. The water was so fast. And then my wife, when I tried to grab her, I missed her, and then she drowned. Then I never saw her again. He admits he often thinks of killing himself, but hasn't because he still has one child who needs him. It's like I don't want to live anymore because of what happened to my family, he tells me. All of us here lost our loved ones, but all I'm saying is people have different ways of dealing with it, how we feel. In my case, I can't handle it. In Tacloban, there is little time for grief, little chance for comfort. Between death and life, the line is thin. Sometimes there's no line at all. Anderson Cooper, CNN, Tacloban.